Welcome, welcome. My name's Trish. I've got the Neptune Deck out today. So we're looking into the mysteries of the world and things are a little bit woo-woo. So let me take a look. I thought I might look at the sun today. I might do another reading to see what the cards want to talk about as well. But I've been wanting to look at the sun and wanting to look at, does the sun affect our consciousness? Does the sun affect our connection or our abilities? Do we go through as cycles of civilizations? Do we go through cycles of having higher consciousness and then into cycles of lower consciousness? Like they say, the golden age and down, almost like up and down. We go through different. It's a wave, so why wouldn't we? Well, that would make sense to me. Is it like a spiral? Is it like a wave? I'm just feeling like, and it is in any way connected to the sun. So they're questions that I am asking. So I'm looking at the sun today, different dimension. So let's start with the cards. Okay, talking about the sun today. Is the sun at all connected to our level of consciousness? Straight up no. Straight up no. I laugh here because I love it when they're direct with me. They just, no, you're not right. You're not right with what you're saying. So tell me what I am. Tell me where we are right. Tell me truth. Tell me what really is consciousness then. How is it? We go through cycles of consciousness. If it's not related to the sun, what is it related to? Okay, so first of all, we've got remembering who you are. So it's like spiritual awakening. We've got the guardians of the earth, protecting and guardian. We're saying no straight up in the middle of the deck there. Looking at destined paths, embracing fate, and simultaneous at the same time. So my answer there to that is the sun connected to our consciousness? No, it's not. What is then? Can you tell me what is? What's connected to our level of consciousness? And what I mean by that, how connected and eyes open we are. So where we go through cycles, or like the golden age of being really connected to source, really connected to spirit, knowing who we are, not having that layer of blindness around us, having our eyes open, that spiritual awakening that we saw there, wisdom seeker seeking information. So question knowledge, get to the question, is what they're saying. I love how direct these cards are. They just tell me straight. They're saying get to the question. The question is, I'm looking at the levels of see the sign, subtle awareness. So I'm looking at, why do we go through civilizations like the golden age, levels of how conscious doesn't feel like the right word. Please tell me the right word. It's our level of connectedness, our level of understanding of the truth. It's our level of having our eyes open and not being blinded. Are there times when we've been more connected and more eyes open than what we are in current history, current timeline? Okay, so it's a path of progress where it's we're on the way to improving that situation. However, at the moment there is a toxic veil that kind of blocks us from getting that connection or seeing the truth for what it really is. Planet of the crossing. Interesting. That was the other question that I wanted to ask. Didn't think about it today, but there's some things coming up about 2027 that I'm seeing everywhere. I did a reading maybe last week. I didn't post it. I will try to get that one up though. In the middle of the reading, there's all this stuff that came up about their coming and all this other stuff. And I'm like, where's this coming from? What is it you're trying to say? So I cut it out of the reading because it wasn't connected at all to what I was reading on. But I thought I might give that its own time and space. So I'm going to finish the reading I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to move over and I'm going to ask that question. Okay. Are we going to be able to get back to our true essence, our consciousness, our let me get the question out before I get in trouble. Are we going to get back to a deeper level of understanding of who we really are, our eyes open, see the truth for what it really is? Are we going to be able to get back to that, reveal the hidden? Is that going to happen? Thank you for the assistance there. Our sovereignty. So our sovereignty. So are we going to be able to see who we really are? Is that going to happen? Look, new and naive. There's a bit of naivety to that question they're telling me. So look, what they're trying to tell me is that this situation that I'm trying to ask, and I'm not doing a very good job of it at all, by the way, is that I'm coming at that from a very naive point of view. There's a much more deeper and depth to what's going on there, to why we have that veil across us, that toxic veil, why we cannot see the truth of our sovereignty, of who we really are, have that connection to source. It's being hidden, and it's because there's something naive about that truth. Now, a different dimension, it's not here. So when I said, are we going to be able to have that lifted? Not here in this dimension, we won't. So it will remain cloaked in my lifetime around me. It'll remain cloaked. We can peer in and we can work with spirit like we do to get through the information, but there's something a little bit deeper here that I'm touching in on. So what it feels to be is like the deeper truth of who we are, our soul sparks. That is such a deep question, a deep thing that I feel so naive about, and that's what they're calling me, naive, about that situation, completely naive. So they're saying the true clarity won't come until crossing over. Not on this dimension. So and the other dimension is the when you cross over. So your spirit is free from the shackles of the body. That's when you see the clarity, is what they're giving me there. Okay, any other information that you want to give me about our consciousness, or what it is I'm not seeing, I'm naive about? Can you teach me? Show me what it is that I'm being naive about. Planet of the crossing. They're saying they want to tell me about the planet of the crossing. It's a path of progress. Progressing along. Okay, one more question, one more pull here, please. Teach me. Tell me why I'm being naive. Tell me truth. It's our cosmic family. It's to do with the symbiotically working with this realm and the next, so our soul level and our physical body level. It could be like the neurodivergent there, or AI logic here as well, but I feel like it's a symbiosis, so it's where the spirit works with the physical, the spirit and the physical, but we are really shackled in the physical body, where I said we're held down. Our physical body, it was coming through that the physical body is really shackled, feels very heavy, very weighed down. This is a rebel's liberty, saying breaking the chains of that physical shackling that we are here. We're shackled and tied to it. Temporal nexus is on this current timeline, and source origin, our beginning, our origin, our soul spark, as opposed to this present timeline. So please fill in the gaps there. This is getting to the question of where I'm going. The cards are probably going to ask it in a better way. So here it's saying, let me pull that back in while we get a bit more clarity there. We're talking about our true essence and soul spark compared to what's the gap between our true beginnings and our what stands in the way, or what is the gap? What's in the gap there compared to our present timeline? Show me the gap. Show me what's in the gap between our true source origin, the beginning, our soul spark, compared to current timeline. What is between the two? Okay, symbols and downfalls. It's being to see it what it really is, and returning back to the roots. So going home. Going home means the other side, so crossing over. our soul. That's our soul spark. So all that sparkles, that's our soul spark. Our soul spark returning home. Returning back to its source energy. That's what they're giving me. Okay, so are we able to do that? Is our okay, that's a question. Again, going back down that area. So is our, let's put the cards back so they can come out if they will. Is our beautiful soul, our origin, is our beautiful soul spark able to return to its roots, return home when we cross over? Are we able to do that? Okay. That card's come out again for the second time. Ethereal energy, it's invisible energy, but we have to get some kind of equilibrium or balance that is really necessary to be able to return back to, and that could even be karma, have good intentions. It's about having a good energy. It's about having an equilibrium of some sort, balance and harmony to be able to return. Now, what I'm feeling with this energy is that, okay, we've got addictions, we've got distractions, we've got heavy energy, we've got energy that's not healthy for our soul here around us. Now, what I'm feeling around this, now, if you're wanting that soul spark to return back to its source energy, back to creator, back to the beginning, it's kind of very heavy is what I'm feeling around this. There's a lot of addictions attached to it. There's a lot of distractions, bound, it says bound by technology, but I'm getting attachments as in bondage, bound, but bound heavy energy. Now, that energy would be not compatible. Is probably the best way I can say that, returning back to source energy. So it's an experience that we have to have. It's part of our reality. It's part of this life. It's intentional. But I'm feeling we've got the good intentions there. There's no harm intended here. It's not intentionally bad. It is our downfall. That energy of, sorry, it's the high vibration thing that does this. It makes me swallow hard. So it's this distraction, addiction, this heavy bondage energy, bound like energy. It doesn't feel light and to be compatible to return back into source energy is what I'm picking up. Now, that's our downfall. That's what the card says. It's our downfall. We need to be able to have self-love. This is what this card here says, self-love, balance and equilibrium. That energy has to be balanced. We've got to do something. We've got to do better. We have to do better with our energy to be able to really connect back, like get off the hamster wheel, get off that recycle reincarnation cycle. Really have to do well work with self-love, that core essence, the soul, loving the spirit. The distractions, the addictions, it's all bad. It's all a restraint, a heavy energy that holds us down. It's our downfall. Unfortunately, it's the way of our world. It's our downfall for not being compatible energy for returning back to source. So and that's what they're showing me. It feels heavy. It feels shackled. But they're showing me here that it's not compatible with the ethereal energy. It's not compatible with source energy. It's like the sparks have been sent out, and they've been sent out for so long and over again that it is so far from its original intention, good intention over here. It's so far from that original equilibrium or intention that balance, it's so off balance, and that's our downfall. So it really, and not just as a individual spark, it's as a collective spark is what I'm getting. It's a whole collective spark. So I always thought, like as we needed a certain number of light workers, positive energy to be able to turn the energy to good, like to balance it out, even to counterbalance the negative energy. I should phrase that better. So to counteract the negative energy around us. But what they're actually showing me is that negative energy has really just stepped up a level. Like, I know light workers really stepped up and really worked hard and really do work hard, but I feel like that heavy energy that shackles us here to this karmic process is so heavy. It's so heavy, and it's really almost impossible to escape. It's impossible to not be part of it. So yeah, difficult. But it's saying, when I ask if it's will happen here on this earth, no, because here in this physical body that we're in on this current timeline, it's heavy energy. Now I'm all about the positive. I always talk, good vibration, good energy, and holding to that good vibration. But the truth is that there's so much chaos around us, and there's so much the equilibrium of the balance of the energy, unfortunately, is quite out of balance and out of whack. So as hard as we're working as light workers, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on that it's really difficult to counteract that negativity. All the distractions around us, the addictions around us, we're just bound. We're bound to the earth. We're bound to the cycle, the karmic cycle. It's quite, and I'm sorry, this is really a downer of a reading. So off brand for me. It's like, I like to look at positivity. I like to, I'd see that good intention card and I'd focus on positive energy, but I'm feeling that our downfall is the distractions, it is the addictions, it is that hard, difficult energy. It's not compatible with the beautiful soul spark or source energy, ethereal energy. So it's we come from such heavy energy, and I think sometimes when we do like the medium readings and we feel a spirit pass over, they'll tell us that they're in healing. So, and I feel that is a lot to do with it, because the energy of being here in this body is very heavy and very difficult. It can be draining. It's just not just something we've done. It's not our individual fault. It's just the energy of this place. It's the energy of what goes on around us. It's like, really, it's difficult energy, and that is really weighing on a soul or on your soul spark, your consciousness. So and when I say consciousness, I don't mean that you've done something wrong, so you've got a guilty conscience. It's not what I mean at all. It's like, it's our soul energy is heavy. It's very burdened by the shackles of this life, the distractions, the addictions, the shackles that weighs us down and keeps us connected. It's really out of equilibrium, and it's really out of balance to ethereal energy. So that's why I feel like when spirit crosses over and they tell us that they're healing at the time, I feel they're healing from the energy, not just from the way that they pass. They're healing from the energy that we have on this earth. And I do feel, as light workers, we feel that sometimes. I do feel, as much as we try to keep that good intentions and that positive energy to try and counteract what's going on in the world, I definitely feel many light workers are like, it's kind of not what I signed up for here. I feel like I didn't realize it was going to be as difficult as what it is, this energy as thick as what it is. So this is what I'm picking up on. So this is all what's coming through with the energy here. But once we cross, that's what they did say. Good news. I'm now looking at the positive. In one of those spreads that said it won't be here on the physical that this happens. It happens when we cross over. So when we're going home, when we cross over, that was in the last spread. So we have that ability to be able to heal from the damage or the distractions or the addictions that's happened in this lifetime, current timeline, our physical bodies has done to our souls or done to our spirit. There's a time of healing that takes place when we cross over. So from there, we see things with more clarity, and we understand why things are the way. So I'm not saying don't keep trying with those good intentions. We need to have equilibrium. It's really what we're here for. We've really got to balance that energy out. But to me, it's like it's up a scale. It's up. I feel at one stage, actually, the equilibrium was tipping with lots of positive energy, but I just feel it's gone up a notch on the heavy energy. So crazy. It's not really not what I was expecting. I was coming in reading on the sun today, reading on solar flares. I was going to read on consciousness and is it connected to the sun, but they shut me down. They shut me down straight away on that one. So I'm going to finish this reading and I'm going to have a look at, hopefully I post it and I can get that reading out. What's coming? What do they want to tell me? So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.